Hello out there. Today I want to take a look at the Fenix LD15R. It is a single 16340 right angle flashlight from Fenix and max output of 500 lumens. What you see here is what it comes with in the box. So you got the light itself. It comes with an included 16340, that's a lithium ion rechargeable battery, and it's about the size of the CR123A batteries. Of course, it comes with the box instruction book, and you've got a spare O-ring in here, but this is also the port cover for the micro USB charging. It comes with one on it right there, and you get a spare one, and then of course a charging cable, and for some reason a little mesh baggie. I don't know what that's about, but it comes with it. And also the body clip, two-way body clip they're calling it there. So it's there you go. This side, because the switch is, or the right angle flashlight, they put the switch on the end, and it also has a magnetic tail cap. So it's pretty good for the weight of the light. I guess I could put the battery in. That'd probably be a better demonstration there. So you just unscrew the tail cap, the magnetic tail cap, and as a bonus, when you're taking your battery out, the magnet helps pull it out. And this one is IP68 rated, so it should be, well, they said specifically in the instructions the port cover has to be closed for it to be dust proof, but it didn't say it has to be closed for waterproof. So it's IPX68 rated with the port cover on there, and you can see the you could probably break the body clip loose to reposition it, but it seems like it's not really meant to be moved around, so I'm not gonna mess with it and chance breaking it there. But if you do need to replace the dust port or the charging port cover there, that's pretty easy to do. And you can see there's just a little bit of frosting to the lens there, and if you see the three individual LEDs in there, the center one is white and the two on the sides are red. It's got three separate red modes there too. So, but there you go. With the battery in, it does a pretty good job sticking. So there's that. And just get the little box shotty here, so you can see your different modes in there. Pretty good range there. I'm thinking this is more of a secondary or auxiliary light, and that I've seen on the instructions or found for myself. I haven't, there's no strobe on it. It does have mode memory on it, and it does have a low voltage warning. So when it drops below the preset level, flashlight is programmed to step down to a lower brightness. And then the battery level indicator, which is on the top here. So when you press it, okay, your battery's green, so that means it's over 85% right there. It'll remind you to replace the battery. It'll blink every 3 seconds, I think it says. And then of course it tail stands very well. It's on a towel, so, and it's still tail standing. And the way it works through the switch, it's not, if you just do a quick click, that's your battery level indicator. So you hold it down for a second, half a second I guess, and now I'll turn it on. And it starts in low, and then medium, high, and then turbo. And then you hold it down for half a second and it'll turn off, but if you hold it down for about 1 second, second and a half, whatever it is, there's your red constant. So I don't know if you can, I guess you can't really tell that there's those two individual LEDs. And then single click again, it's your slow blink signal. And then single click again, and that's your SOS there. And then click again, it'll take you back to that. To get back to the white, you go through that again. And then whatever mode you're in, hold it for half a second and it'll turn it off. And it works, seems to work pretty good. I was running around with it in my pocket yesterday. Didn't have any problems with it falling off. It does have the 2-direction clip, so you can clip it up or down, whatever. And it will go on the bill of the hat, but if your hat doesn't fit pretty tight, the weight is still enough. If you're wearing a loose fitting hat, it's going to pull it down a little bit. So if you have a tight hat, you know, obviously if you clip it on, it's just going to be straight down. So if you have a tight fitting hat, you could wear your hat a little higher and tilt it. But if it's loose or if it's not tight, it's going to end up sagging down to here or maybe about there, depending on how loose it is. So not terribly useful unless you're vlogging in the wilderness. I guess you can light up your own face. But All right, so I haven't used this for a week or 2 weeks or a month like I normally would, but I did run around with it yesterday, and I'm pretty confident in it. For smaller ones like this, you can just, if you have a shirt pocket, you just clip it in the shirt pocket, and it works very well. If you're wearing a shirt that has a button up or maybe a collar, you can just slide it in there, and that way your light's always facing forward. A little bit of a downer that you can't rotate the body clip at all. I understand why you can't, but it's a little bit of a downer because you could adjust it. Like if you're clipped onto your shirt, your button up part of your shirt, you could adjust it so you could aim it down a little bit, or maybe raise it a little bit to bounce it off the signal, but you're pretty much stuck with that. So, and you can clip it on your belt. Every time I see somebody get one of these, they want to clip it on their belt, and that's just not the best plan. It'll work. It's certainly better than nothing if you need to be hands-free, but you have to rotate your hips to change the angle of the light, and not only does that look silly, it's just really not good if you're trying to walk around. And of course, if you're wearing a shirt that isn't tucked in or is baggy but it is tucked in, it's going to cover the light, which blocks your light, but it'll also burn a hole through your shirt if you're using a turbo mode, because the light will just sit there and build up in that little lens there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pack, and I will throw it on, and we'll show you the ways that I think it's best used. Okay, so I threw my pack on real quick, and you can see I've got this chest, no, where's my chest strap go? Got the chest strap that comes across, and I can see that I think some people would probably try and use this. It seems like it'd be a pretty natural thing, but the camera is, as you can see, it's kind of, the camera's above me, so the light's going to be kind of facing up. So the camera is pointing down at me. If I'm trying to look straight ahead, the light's pointed up, and you know, you can move it closer to the center so it's more centered. But if you're, I don't know if there's stuff for it to reflect off of, or you're just using it for positioning so other people can see you, it's still going to make you a lot more visible like that. But for you to see, unless there's something up above that for it to bounce off of, like you're in a cave or in, I guess maybe inside a tent, it's really not going to be terribly useful for helping you to see. And you can put it the other way around. And at first I was thinking, I've got hydration straps, but that's too high up on this pack. Some of them it'll be fine. So again, for marking, or if there's stuff for it to bounce off of, and it'll still help you see, but it's not going to be right here. It's going to be stuff that's out at this angle. I don't know if you're just going to be hitting the spill, so it's going to be at least 20 feet in front of you. It's not going to be right under you. So still not helpful, just not the most helpful. So personally, I think with a pack like this, and I don't typically even wear the chest strap, but I would say you got these little adjustment straps here. I would say that's the best place for it. And you can see it moves around. This is not a super tight clip. I mean, that just goes off that easy. Look at that, I even put it on one hand without any real effort to it. So I'm not saying don't do it like that, but I would, at the end of the body clip, probably put a rubber band, or I guess you can try and tie a really small piece of paracord, or maybe a longer one, kind of use it as like a ghetto lanyard or something. I would tie it through there and then tie it around here. I think a rubber band would probably work better for that. I don't have any rubber bands, but so I'm saying just tie it through here, or bring your rubber band down through here, and then just let it wrap around here. And then if it's loose, you can do whatever, just kind of twist it around there. I guess a bread tie from a loaf of bread, that would probably work too, the little wire ones, but that might get a little itchy and pokey. But in a pinch, it'll help. So far I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I'll carry around more, and of course if I run into a problem, I'll do an update with it. But I think I'm probably going to hang on to this guy. Okay, so it does have the magnetic tail cap, and we can see that works very well. It's not going anywhere. That's steel too, but it'll even stick on that. Something to note though is that the magnet is only in the center part here. It's not on the edges here, so you see how it just kind of sucked up there. But if you don't have enough in the center, so it'll even hang like that. But if you only have enough metal for the edge, it's not going to stick. So it's not a bad thing, just something to note. Alright, so I want to go ahead and make sure we get a good waterproof test on this. And as always, I'll go ahead and mute the volume of the video and maybe give you some crummy Adobe music again. Okay, get it filled up as high as it'll go, and I had the water running directly on it, and I want to let it go for a little while longer. I want it to have a solid minute. Alright, it looks like a minute there. So, alright, same battery, same tail cap. Battery indicator still says good. Yeah. Alright, and to red. Slow blink. Yeah. SOS. Yep. Looks good, man.